Leveraging technology, next on Economic Outlook. I'm Phil Damico. Whether we're exploring Michiana's business environment, our community at large, or covering the region's complex economy, Economic Outlook is where we explore the economy, education, manufacturing, and new business models. My job is to go beyond the numbers and corporate analysis as we invite some of the best experts to answer the hard questions that face our economy. This is Economic Outlook.
A portion of Economic Outlook is underwritten by Northern Indiana Workforce Board and Partners for Workforce Solutions, and by the Progress Club, offering women of all ages an opportunity to develop lifelong friendships, challenge the mind, and work for the welfare of children and families.
Hello, I'm Phil Damico, Director of Business Growth for the Chamber of Commerce of St. Joseph County, and your host for Economic Outlook. If you want your business to grow and compete with big business, listen close. We'll talk about ways to utilize technology, helping you not only get to the table, but viably compete. My guest today is a creator of a process. Joining me is Chakori Raju, President and founder of Smart Business Group in South Bend, focusing on small business. It's great to have you, and certainly small business, sir, is a huge part of our economy. About 90% of our businesses on our MSA region has less than 25 employees. So when we talk about small business and your focus on small business, there's a huge need. So maybe give us an idea, a little bit overview of maybe what you could do for a small business.
Yes, one of the concepts that I used was small businesses have problems. Actually, large and small businesses have similar problems. So we came up with a solution that can attack a number of problems. And it's a software solution named as SBS Portals, and it's specific to various kinds of customers. And it helps them manage a lot of commonly faced organizational problems, whether it's a document management or moving things from one department to the other, like process management, helping in a number of ways. You know, the solution fits like a glove to small business. Yeah,
and that's a great point. And, you know, as myself, I worked in manufacturing. When we talked about process improvement and those kind of things, typically it went back to operations and operations management. You also in kind of referenced it, but it can be used for sales or HR. Marketing or any HR, billing, those kind of things. How does it all tie together?
Well, we created ground up that it's all linked together. The way we found, actually, I was the founder of the company focusing on, it's started ground up, thinking about the problems and designing holistically as a solution. So whether you're an HR department trying to process an employee's onboarding, or you know when he's leaving, or it could be a finance department trying to process a purchase order, or you know, a manufacturing department trying to process an engineering change. I mean, any kind of a process is addressed well. And not only do we suggest how to do, we actually have a lot of ready-to-use ones that with minor tweaking, you can actually use the product and run your business better.
Yeah, and what's interesting, we see this all across business today, companies trying to take waste out of their processes and lean manufacturing, for lack of a better term. Is that another area of opportunity for our small businesses?
Absolutely. If you were to take any organization and try to improve the bottom line or improve the top line, you'd see there are some processes that are dysfunctional or not as efficient. What our solution does is help you have the visibility to how you're doing the process, make it electronic and move it faster, and people from various locations can see the status of various processes. Thereby, you're reducing the handoffs that go on, and that reduces waste, so you're shrinking the process time, and then you're going to be able to respond fast to the customer and meet the compliance requirements.
Right. Yeah, and you made an interesting comment. We were just talking a little bit off the air, but you said a lot of these businesses do not have the resources to have an IT person, where you might be able to come in and fill that role for them. And you said what was interesting is a lot of people look and say, boy, this is going to be an extra expense, but you said really they're spending less and spending more wisely. Maybe touch a little bit on that.
Yeah, absolutely. The kind of a solution that we are offering, if you were to build in-house, you just cannot, you can't even start because you require a lot of people. And one of the things that's becoming very popular is cloud software.
Right.
That means using the internet, you can do your business, and that's exactly where we are. So our solution, if you do subscribe, you don't even have to buy. You subscribe, you pay on a monthly basis, and use it for running your business. So essentially, you don't need any IT person. You focus on the things that you do best, and when you need any assistance in terms of, hey, I need to change this process, or through our help desk, you get advice on how to change. And more importantly, this is a ready-to-use solution.
Yeah.
In other words, it thought of the problem, the solution is already there, we just flavor it for you.
Yeah, well, what's interesting, you talked a little bit, you were trying to get in on the front end of this cloud computing. Of course, it gets a lot of discussion today. Maybe give us a brief overview of how cloud computing really specifically can help a small business today.
Absolutely. Cloud computing changes the game. In the past, big organizations always had the money and people to invest in technology in terms of hardware, software. Now, you can buy a software as a service. All you do is understand what your problem is and see which software is going to help you. You subscribe to it, and with a monthly fee, you can start using the product. So cloud computing changes the game. What we are offering specifically has quite a few problems that it can solve using the cloud technology. So as a result, without spending much money, without having IT, you're in the game.
Well, if you're a small business, obviously one of the advantages to being a small business, you can be very quick, very responsive, very nimble. What should be some of the first steps for a business owner or a business group to look at and say, we really need to look at our processes? I mean, how would they even go about doing an early evaluation on this?
Okay. Process improvement, any company could use. Today, IBM uses process improvement to improve their operations, or a one-man show. He's not thinking process, but he's always thinking, hey, how can I get this task done faster? So process is there, and whether it's a small or a big company. So if they start thinking, especially if they are starting to grow, and small businesses that they're growing, they have growing pains. The mom and pop mentality of 1 or 2 person organization cannot cut it when you grow. So you have to think like an organization, design or decide what processes you're going to be needing to run the business, and try to have a good process and leverage technology. Because with technology, you can fundamentally change the way you run a process. You can shrink the time, you can respond to customers better,